Okay, so this is the sorting thing. I just want to point out a couple things. Right now, it's not sorted. They were put in order so that it looks like it's sorted by SID, but it's really not. Um, Name, major, advisor, none of these things ever sort. We have no mechanism to sort. What I'm going to do essentially is add a mechanism to sort by SID, name, major, advisor, and GPA. Now, there are two mechanisms to do that with a very short list like this one. Angular is a great method to do it. I have the code to do it, so we're going to do it right now. However, if it's a large amount of data, we don't want to do it via Angular. It'll take actually a lot more time, and it's a bad idea. So I'll show you both mechanisms if we have time. If not, I'll talk you through the changes we need to make on the web in Spring Boot and so forth. All right, so very first thing we want to do is go to our student list. I want to actually close all these guys, right? I don't want anything open right now because student list is going to be 100% of what we're going to do. The very first thing we want to do is create a link that's going to allow us to sort. Now, I have everything in here, so I'm not even going to like pretend, right? Like I'm not even going to pretend. Here's my link that's going to be sort by, and then we're going to do that for name and major and GPA. Not really. We're going to do it more than that, but name, major. I'm going to get rid of hours. We know this particular application does not have hours, and I'm going to get rid of GPA and move it over here. Now, could I do this by advisor? Yes, of course I could. Do I want to? I could, right? There's nothing to stop me from doing so. I'm just, due to time, I'm just going to leave it out. Remember, sort by is actually calling a method called sort by. And so we need to have a sort by method here in my controller. I do not recall. I'm sorry. It took 2 seconds. It's Y is uppercase. And it's going to be a string, and it's going to be a name. Oops, I think we did this backwards. I think I put the field, and that's going to be a string. Okay, so what we're going to do here in the sort by method is we're going to check to see if it's SID or name. So I have the code, so I'm just going to grab it, right? I'm not even going to pretend. So we're going to check to see if the field given is going to be equal to name, right? And then I'm going to sort the students array using this function. So this isn't really an Angular thing so much as a, yes, I do need to add a extra, what's it called? Okay, before we go on. So this isn't an Angular thing. This is more of a JavaScript function. Arrays have a sort function, and then you can pass in a, I'm trying to think of the word. You can pass in a function declaration like this, or you can pass in a function that already exists. 90% of the time for short purposes, we're going to do this. So function AB, we need to actually get a.name as uppercase and b.name to uppercase, right? So we're going to force them to be uppercase, and we're going to grab their names because we're not going to worry about case sensitivity. That's why I'm forcing them to be uppercase. And then I'm going to check to see if name A is greater than name B and so forth. I'm going to return -1 if name B is bigger than name A. Otherwise, I'm going to return the opposite if name A is bigger than B. This is that same technique that we use in Java. If the second one is bigger than the first one, we return -1. If the first one's bigger than the second one, we return 1, and we return 0 if they're equal. So essentially that is what this is. And so this is going to sort by name. Great, right? And now we can go else if field equals, equals. And now I'm just going to do, I'm only going to do a couple fields because I apologize. I am actually, I want to make sure we have time to do the things we need to do. Yeah, we could just do this guy. And because I honestly don't want to run out of time. Can I do them all? Yes. So now I'm going to send the same function, but this is a lot easier. Wait, hold on a second. Students of big ints. Now that should be fine. Why is this being stupid? Um, it's not assignable to type B. Okay. Um, we can do GPA real quick. Let's make sure GPA works. Right? GPA is in fact a number. So okay. So GPA works because it's a number. One way to fix this is to change that to number. And you're like, wait a second, is that a big change? It shouldn't be a big change. It's a number. So now I can do the field equals SID, and then I can go, and then I got to put this sort function in there, right? Looks like this, right? And it's instead of GPA, it's SID and SID. Okay. And then of course I can close these parentheses. Now we have some issues, right? Yeah, we have a bunch of issues. All right, so delete student is this guy, and I just need to change this to number. And that'll solve that problem. And voila. Like I said, treating it like a big int wasn't that big a deal. Since we do our data check integer directive, it's really not that big a deal. So we'll just treat it like a number, and then we can sort. And then we have our component. I need to save that as well. We want to make sure it compiles, and then we're going to go ahead and click on it. And you can see not everything has a field, but when I click on it, it does in fact sort according to that. I don't believe we did major. We did name, and then we did SID, right? And so you can see it sorting pretty easily. If I wanted to reverse the order, or I wanted to use other fields like major, major, of course, is in fact a string. And so I would need to do the thing I did with name. That'd be pretty easy. Advisor is also a string, and that's relatively easy to do. This wouldn't take a long time to do. If I wanted to reverse the order, though, I would need to create some sort of way of identifying some field indicating whether I'm ascending or descending, right? So if GPA is already in ascending disorder and ascending order, and I click sort by, then it would know that I was already ascending. So now it is flipped to descending. And then if you're flipping to descending, you would just actually reverse. For GPA, you would just reverse these, right? B and A, and same thing with that, and then do this, just reverse these negative ones and one for those, and that would be a reverse mechanism if you want. I honestly, I don't really care. Let's do the major just so we have the major in there and the advisor. So actually, I don't want to do that. So come on, Ruth. All right. Screwing this up big time, but all right. So we want to put another else if, right? And boom. Major. And major is going to work like this. So we're not going to do anything special. We're just going to pop this guy in here. And the difference is we're going to go ahead and switch this to major. The name A, B doesn't matter. It's just a variable name. And then we're going to do the same thing for, now that we have this, We can pop it in there again. And this just change this to advisor. And then we just change this to advisor, right? Like, and that is that, right? Strings have to be sorted this way, and the other guys have to be sorted a different way. So now we go to here, and we have the sort by. I'm just going to grab this a click here, and I'm going to go in here with advisor, because we still need it to be only for admin. And then we go advisor. Oops, I need to say advisor, right? All right, let me just double check something. I want to just double check my component. Sounds stupid, but it's really important to do. So name, major, advisor, GPA, and SIDs. Yeah, so just check your fields. And now, oops, I didn't have to do that. Did I not save it? Yeah, I probably didn't save something. Let me just save it. Nope. I saved it, and I need to save this, and that should do the advisor. Yeah, there you go. The GPA, advisor, major, name, SID, and it sorts it pretty well. This works really great if you're sorting via, if you're sorting for using Angular. Now, I'm going to stop the recording, and I'm going to try to switch this by using a new sort by. I'm just going to create a sort by 2, and it's going to look the same, right? Right? It's going to have the same field, right? That's, excuse me. So let's actually just cheat here. I'm just going to call the sort by 2. It's going to have the same if field name, blah, blah, blah. But the difference is it's going to call an endpoint change. We're going to create an endpoint on the server, and we're going to create an endpoint on the client in the service that's going to do it. And so we're going to do that at the next recording. I hope it lasts less than 20 minutes. We shall see. All right, thank you.